1, 2, 3.
Good? Okay. So, in reading through your bio, you give that specific day that you found out. November 30th, 2018. You said you woke up happy as usual and went to your annual mammogram. While you were waiting for the results, the nurse said they needed to do another impression and do an ultrasound. And you knew in that moment. So what was your first reaction when you were told that you had cancer?
We are about to embark on a new journey. That was my first reaction. And it wasn't until the radiologist came in and said, let me start back over.
It's okay. Do you want me to ask a question again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let
What
me
was
get
your
it together.
first reaction when you were told that you had cancer?
My first thought was we were about to embark on a new journey. My initial thoughts after the radiologist came in and confirmed and said it has irregular borders, it's vertical, it's not horizontal. I knew because of my nursing background that these were all signs of cancer. So before I actually had the biopsy, I knew that day that it had to be cancer. Still hopeful, still prayerful, but because of my nursing background, I just felt that it was cancer that day.
Did you hear that buzzing? Probably. Let me turn this completely off. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You just hold it up in your lap, it probably, that, it vibrating on that concrete is gonna make it louder.
I just will turn it off. Okay. So we're gonna do that one again.
Okay.
Okay? What was your first reaction when you were told that you had cancer?
When the
Okay.
the day that I went in for my mammogram, the nurse came out and said the radiologist needs to do more impressions and we need to do an ultrasound. So I had a feeling at that time that this is not good, not going to be a favorable outcome. Once the radiologist came in and said it's vertical, not horizontal, the borders are not smooth, they're ragged borders, then I immediately said it's cancer. This was prior to the biopsy, and I knew then, because of my nursing background, that those were signs of cancer.
So if we were to ask you that question again, and I think from the first response you said, when the nurse came back, you automatically knew it wasn't right because you were a nurse and you just knew it was cancer. And the reason I'm asking you to do it again is just so we get different takes.
Okay.
And it's such a short period of time, I want to move on to a couple other things for you.
Okay.
Okay? So what was your first reaction when you were told you had cancer?
Once I received the confirmation, I immediately started thinking about my daughters and my son, and thinking about all of the things that I want to do in life that I hadn't done yet, because with a diagnosis like that, at 48 years old, one, I'm thinking about my shortened life expectancy. I'm thinking about my daughters getting married and having children, and my husband being left behind. All of these thoughts race through your mind, and it's a scary time. It's very uneasy, but because of my faith in God, I was able to find comfort and peace at the same time.
So can I ask you a question, then? This is different than what we typically do. I don't see a problem with her having emotion, like looking off at times, but what do you think?
Emotion's always
Okay. But you know what I mean, though, this is different.
Yeah, do I need to?
Does that matter?
I thought it was a strong,
I thought it was too. I wanted to know because of the content of what we're talking about. So that's good, right? Okay.
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 So another question I want to ask you is, how did you find the strength to go through the treatments?
I come from a long line of praying people, and I have a crazy faith. And I know that whatever the decision was, whatever the outcome was, that this was part of my purpose and that God would bring me through it. I have the most amazing family and the largest group of friends and my colleagues at work. I just can't go on enough about how comfortable they made me feel, how encouraged they made me feel, how they were the people that helped me to continue to have a positive attitude. They were all like, "You've got this, we're here with you, you are not alone."
Okay, so you just talked about people in your life. What did others close to you do that made a difference?
They spoiled me. They pampered me. My coworkers, I've been working with this work family for the last 12 years, and they gave me a huge basket with a blanket that had breast cancer ribbons all over it, socks for my feet, a devotional that I'm still using now, gift card to go and get protein shakes, and just things to help with my health. My husband and my children just waited on me hand and foot. My parents were there for me, my sisters. And my friends. I had a group of 12 girlfriends and cousins that constantly checked on me, constantly called. "Do you need anything? How are you doing? Oh my goodness, you look great. We've got this. We're fighting. We've got it. You are not alone."
Okay, next one I really want to ask. Okay, if there were three things you could tell a person who just yesterday learned of their cancer diagnosis, what would it be?
One, keep a positive attitude. I truly believe, and that's not scientific, but I truly believe that a positive attitude helps to shape your journey. Two, find your medical team yourself. I interviewed a couple of different doctors, and I selected the doctors that I wanted to take care of me. And they were amazing because that really, really is important as you're going through the journey. Having doctors that you can trust, that are transparent, and also that have a good bedside manner, very important to me. And three, last but not least, pray. Having faith in God is the most important thing because that is what truly gave me peace. That whether or not I had to do IV chemo, questions about would I lose my hair, what would I look like, would I lose a lot of weight, all of those questions, would I be able to continue to work, all of those kinds of questions, I left it at the feet of the altar.
And I'm going to ask you that question again. If there were three things you would tell a person who you just met yesterday when they learned, what three things would you tell a person who just yesterday learned of their cancer diagnosis?
Prayer works. Having faith will help get you through the journey. Having a circle of friends that are behind you, that are fighting with you, that will encourage you, and keeping a positive attitude yourself. And thirdly, having the right medical team is very important. You need to feel comfortable with the people that you select to take care of you. They need to have a good bedside manner, they need to be knowledgeable, and they need to be transparent, and you need to have that trust. Those things were very important during my journey.
So many questions here. Okay, here's one. Now that you are a survivor, how do you live your life differently and why?
I live each day with purpose. I've always been very happy when I wake in the morning. That's still true, but I want to give more of myself. I don't want to be remembered when I leave this earth. I don't want to be remembered for where I went to school or what my professional accomplishments were. I'm more interested in helping to feed the food deprived through Walking in Authority Ministries. We have a food truck, and we can be seen in downtown Memphis every weekend helping to feed the food deprived. And we also have the Lydia House, which is a house that provides temporary shelter for women in transition. Those are the things that are at the heart of the matter for me, and that's what I like to do in my spare time. Work towards that. I'm on the board, but I actually volunteer. Once a month we go into the men's mission and we help prepare food, and then we serve the food and we do a church service. So that's very important to me. Also, I am a beauty counter consultant, and that company is all about safer, cleaner, personal care products. Unfortunately, the things that we use on our bodies have a lot of chemicals in them that cause cancer. So I am now an advocate, a strong advocate for switching to safer products, period, to help prevent cancer. Not just to talk about raising money for research, but to actually help do some lifestyle changes that could possibly help prevent cancer.
So, I'm going to ask that question again. And if you had to say it,
In 10 words.
no, not in 2 words, but if you had to, in 20 seconds, how would you answer this question? Now that you are a survivor, how are you living your life differently and why?
I'm living my life with more purpose. One of my favorite,
Okay.
started back over.
Okay.
I'm living my life with even more purpose. I've always lived with purpose, and I understand that part of my God-given purpose is to help others, which is why I went into the nursing profession. But what I love to do now is work with Walking in Authority Ministries, which helps to feed the food deprived. We have a food truck. You can see us every weekend in downtown Memphis.
All right. Did you join the support group?
I have not.
Can you say that any faster?
Yes.
No.
I have not.
Do you find it easy to share your story?
Absolutely. That was one of my first prayers, that God would allow me to share my story, to be able to help someone else, especially in our community. Unfortunately, the incidence is high, and it's especially high in women of color. So I would love to share my story as much as possible to let women know that they have options as far as selecting their healthcare providers, and because of the treatment that I received with the radiation in the operating room, which was new.
Let's do that one again. That was really good.
Oh, you want me to repeat it?
Best you can. Do you find it easy to share your story?
Absolutely. That was one of my first prayers, that God would use me during this journey and allow me to share my story with others to help other women in the community. Unfortunately, the incidence is high, and it's even higher in African American women. And I just want the message to be out in the community that you can select your medical providers, and I wanted them to know what treatment options were available. For instance, like the intraoperative radiation that I received. It was the first time that it had been done here in Memphis, and it allowed me to get back on my feet a lot sooner than I otherwise would have been able to.
One of the Bible teachers I follow online was telling a story about his friend that got cancer. And the first thing the guy prayed when he left the doctor's office was, God, don't let me waste this cancer.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I kind of want to go back to this one. Just to get 20 seconds or less.
You join.
A support
That-
group.
that'll do it.
Nope. Nope, nada.
Okay. Now, how did you find the strength to go through the treatments?
My family, my friends, my coworkers. My husband and children waited on me hand and foot. My parents, sisters, they're praying for me, helping me, constantly calling and checking on me. Just a circle of really over about 30 people in total that were constantly checking on me. Do you need anything? How are you today? How are things looking? We're here for you. We're going to fight. You've got this.
Okay. All right. Jeremy, you want to do anything over?
It couldn't.
Okay. I want to do that one again just because I want you, when I say, how do you find the strength to go through the treatments, I found the strength.
To go through the treatments. Okay, because that's a little bit different. It's a part of the journey. Okay, go ahead.
How did you find the strength to go through the treatments?
I found the strength to go through the treatments through my faith in God and prayer and my family and my friends and my coworkers. I had a circle of about 30 people that constantly checked on me, helped to keep me encouraged, and let me know that I was not alone in this fight.
Got it?
Y'all want to hire me?
Yeah?
Let me work here?
Yeah. You want to leave the news report, the news